What are those shoes, by the way? What are those called?
That's a great question. I think they're like Nike P something.
They're like blinding my eyes.
Yeah.
Well, what's your schedule looking like for the rest of the day?
I have to study for a class.
Let's just go to Florida.
Right.
I feel like you would just mess it all up. Like,
Yeah, probably.
it would be all outside the lines.
Probably. Where do you live?
You've been told that cockiness is narcissistic and that making yourself smaller and actually self-deprecating is a noble and virtuous thing to do, and that this attracts women. And this is hilariously false. Women fall in love with cocky, flamboyant guys who own their confidence and don't care what anyone thinks. I want to show you some clips from a successful approach where I pick up this college gym girl and you'll see exactly how I'm being cocky, and I'll also explain exactly why this attracts women on a primal level. By the way, the skill set I'm about to demonstrate is entirely learnable. I used to be a trapped in my head people pleaser who had to rely on dating apps, but through practice and the right methodology, my life has completely changed. If you're a guy that wants to start meeting and attracting women in person, click the link below and you can apply to work with me. Don't take offense, but you seemed a bit more,
Older?
yeah, a bit more mature.
Okay.
So the girl tells me she's 18, and honestly I thought she was a bit older, but I don't want to say that, so I'm like, don't take any offense to this, but you seemed a bit more mature. And what that is a push-pull, because that can be interpreted, mature, as a positive or negative thing. And so what this does is it kind of creates some ambiguity. The girl doesn't know whether it's a compliment or a tease, and it's just really engaging for her.
Yeah, what is your major?
Guess.
Is it business?
Nope. No, I'm actually
Computer science?
I'm actually African lesbian poetry major.
It's not pen though. I finally tried it. Oh, you finally tried it?
The girl asked me what my major is, and I'm like, guess. And notice how I'm saying that with this downward, breaking rapport tonality. Guess. What that does, it's kind of like I'm ordering her to do something a little bit. And then what happens is I don't answer the question immediately. So often a guy who's like desperate and needy, he's going to jump on the opportunity to answer a girl's question. I don't always do that. Sometimes I sort of toy around with her a little bit and I give a bullshit answer. And so what that does is it sort of forces her to invest more into ask me again and like dig deeper. So I respond with, I'm an African lesbian poetry major, right? Very self-amusing, very cocky. And the girl right there, I said it so seriously in deadpan that she was actually thinking about it. She was like dumbfounded for like a good 5 seconds. And then I had to tell her that I was joking.
Yeah, I don't really do math.
No,
No,
you're not a math girl.
no, not at all.
Are you more like a reading girl?
No, I'm none of it.
You're just a nothing girl. You're just like
Yeah.
terrible student, worst
Oh.
grades. So this was such an obvious opportunity to tease. So I asked the girl if she was a math girl. She's like, no. I asked her if she was a reading girl. She was like, no. Then she says she's not really an anything girl. And I'm like, oh, so you're just a nothing girl, right? And so right there, I'm just obviously teasing the girl. But what is the subcommunication from that? It's that I'm not desperate. Like, I'm actually willing to playfully push her away, which means I obviously have some sort of status and abundance with women.
Yeah, there's not really anything that I'm really good at, but it's all right.
Wow.
But I still fly by.
Don't say that. I'm sure you're good at something.
Yeah, like just not like school.
Yeah. What's your hidden talent?
You know, I don't really think I have one. What about you?
Hula hoop.
Okay. That's cool.
You think I'm serious? Wow. So I asked her if she has any hidden talents, which definitely has like a sexual undertone to it, but the girl says no, and then she asks me the question, and immediately I'm like, hula hoop. And so you will notice that a large part of my game and a large part of cockiness is actually something called self-amusement. So that is just making yourself feel good in the moment, making yourself laugh. And that is a huge part of cockiness. What are those shoes, by the way? What are those called?
That's a great question. I think they're like Nike P something.
They're like blinding my eyes.
Yeah, they're a
Holy
little
fuck.
bright, but I like to wear them to the gym because they're comfortable.
So here's just a little tease. I'm like, those shoes are blinding me right now. Holy fuck. And you might also notice that I curse right there a little bit. Now, this isn't something that I'm doing every sentence. I'm not cussing like a sailor, but I will cuss at an opportune moment. You know, it does kind of show status in the way that you're sort of breaking the social norms a bit and you're just not afraid to do so. Well, what's your schedule looking like for the rest of the day?
I have to study for a class.
Let's just go to Florida.
Right.
So that is very cocky. I asked the girl what she's doing for the rest of the day, and she's like, I have to study for class. And I'm like, nah, let's just go to Florida instead. Right? I'm basically saying, you know what, fuck whatever you're doing. Let's just go on this trip spontaneously, even though I just met you 10 minutes ago.
But yeah, like just hang out with my friends and roommate pretty much.
Wait,
What about
you have friends?
Yeah.
The girl says she's hanging out with friends, and I'm like, wait a second, you have friends? And so this is a perfect example of how women aren't this fragile, delicate species like a lot of guys treat them as. You know, most guys are petrified at the idea of teasing a girl because they don't want to offend the girl, they don't want to alienate the girl. But here I am, I'm like, wait a second, you have friends? And the girl is laughing about it, so it's all in good fun. We're gonna do the coloring book. You should come over, let's do the coloring book together. Are you good at that, or? No, probably not.
I could try.
I feel like you would just mess it all up. Like,
Yeah, probably.
it would be all outside the lines.
Probably. Where do you live?
I live off campus. All right, she asked me what I'm doing the rest of the day, and most guys are gonna give a very simple, logical answer right there that's very dry. Like, oh, I'm gonna go hit the gym, and then I'm gonna go eat some chicken, and it's just gonna be very boring. So once again, right here, I self-amuse. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna be coloring this coloring book, which the girl doesn't even detect as sarcasm because I'm very deadpan. But either way, what I then do is I turn it into some flirting. I'm like, yeah, you should come over and we can color in the coloring book together. So the girl doesn't know that I'm just kidding, and she's taking it as a serious offer, and she's thinking about it for a second, but I didn't like how she was thinking about it for a long time. So what I do is I preempt any sort of objection, and I take the offer off the table, and I'm like, you know what, honestly, I don't think you'd be very good at that. I think you'd be coloring outside of the lines, right? And so right there, is an example of how I'm sort of framing her in like a childish way. And this is something I'm doing a lot with my game actually. I'm sort of framing myself as like the mature guy and she's like the younger girl. But you can see the girl, she chases into my frame still and she's like, well, you know what, I can try. And then she actually asks me where I live. So this is a very good sign. You seem pretty tan though.
Say that's a little bit fake, but
Okay, I figured. Not gonna lie.
there's no way. Like, if I went to Florida, but no. I just can't stand being
So you're
pale.
faking the tan. Hopefully,
I can't stand being pale. It's just,
what else is fake?
nothing else.
Okay.
Nothing else.
So this is a great example of what I talk about when I say that you need to position yourself as a selector and she's the one being evaluated. All right, so I sort of tease her on the fake tan a little bit and I'm like, So the tan is fake. What else is fake? Right? Sort of evaluating her, sort of judging her, not in a mean way for all you feminists out there. But then you can see she qualifies herself. She's like, nothing else is fake, which is exactly the dynamic that you want her to be in.
So I was like played with Barbies. No, like
Wow.
maybe my dad like did Legos, but I didn't.
Do you still have the Barbies?
No. No, my mom sold them.
Oh my gosh. You kept playing with them until you're in like high school,
No.
and then your mom's like, you gotta stop with the fucking
Right.
Barbies.
Yeah.
So I asked her if she played video games when she was younger, and she was like, no, I used to play with Barbies. And then I'm like, oh, do you still have the Barbies? And I make this exaggerated tease about how she was probably in high school and her mom told her to put the Barbies down. And so once again, it's a tease, but I'm also creating this common frame that I create, which is framing her as like a little girl. And I just find this so funny. Now, if you're done with being a seduction spectator and watching other guys successfully approach women online, yet not having that same result in your own life, and you want to gain the confidence and skill set to effortlessly approach any beautiful girl you see and start getting some consistent dates, then you can click the link below this video and apply to work with me personally. That's all I have for the video today, though. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.